So many scammy Amazon and TikTok gurus promise to give you all their secrets for free, only then to want your email, your phone number, and then they put everything behind a paywall so you can't access it anyways and make you pay thousands of dollars to get access. That sucks. And it makes sellers like you and me not even want to bother to try. It can feel like the way to succeed on Amazon is being gate-capped and that success is impossible, but not today. This is going to be a complete step-by-step Amazon FBA tutorial, and it's all for free. That's right. In this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to start your Amazon FBA business. Everything from A to Z. You can learn everything you're gonna need to know in this video. And I know how to sell it on Amazon because I've done it myself. I had an idea for a product that I was passionate about. I manufactured it and I made tens of thousands of dollars in the very first year. I'm gonna share every step of the process, including what my product actually is, which most of those scam artists never do. I have also been victim to a scam artist myself. Most of the things that you think you have to pay for, you can actually do yourself. You just need a little bit of guidance to push you in that direction rather than spending thousands of dollars on someone who's saying they can do it all for you, but in reality, as soon as you give your credit card, they're gone, they're dust in the wind, you can't find them. And from personal experience, I can tell you that building an Amazon FBA business is one of, if not the very best way to create passive income in 2025. But yes, it is competitive. There are over 3,500 new Amazon FBA sellers joining every single day. And if you follow these simple steps that I'm gonna outline in today's video, you'll find a unique product, target audience, and I'll tell you exactly how to get it manufactured as well. I'll also be completely transparent in telling and showing you how to set up your Amazon FBA listing. But there are some rookie mistakes that most new Amazon sellers fall for when they're creating their first listing, so watch out. If you follow these steps and create an amazing Amazon product, you can become one of the almost half of Amazon FBA sellers that are making over $100,000 per year. The opportunity is there and the money can be life-changing. So let's go. And if you don't know, FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. What this means is that your product is going to be shipped directly by Amazon to the customer. And one of the very best benefits of doing FBA, you also get that sexy little Prime badge next to your product. And some customers are only going to buy your product if they see that Prime badge and they know they can get it in 2 days. So now let me show you exactly how you can find the product that you can sell on Amazon that will give you the best chance of becoming a 6 or 7-figure Amazon FBA seller. We are going to use a tool that is so powerful, it's almost gonna feel like cheating. Now make sure to smash that like button because I'm also gonna reveal the top mistakes I made when creating my own Amazon business so that you don't have to make them, including one that cost me over $10,000. So make sure to pay attention so you don't hit a bogey. The first step is to just go to Amazon.com because Amazon actually tells you exactly what the most profitable products to sell are on its own website. You can find out how much any product on Amazon is making. Just go to the Best Sellers tab, have a look, and then click on one of those products. This is one of the best-selling products in beauty and personal care. So let's click on this listing and see how much it's making. What you're gonna need is a free tool called the X-Ray tool. X-Ray is a tool from Helium 10. It's a research tool that you can use to find the very best product to sell on Amazon. You can guarantee there's gonna be customers waiting to buy the product because Amazon's gonna tell you how many units have sold of each of these products. So if you type in golf tees or golf hats and you see tens of thousands of purchases on a monthly basis, if your product is as good or better than the other products that are on the page, then your product is almost guaranteed to sell. And Helium 10 has some great free tools. But if you want to unlock all of their premium features to find the very best product, there's a link down below in the description with a discount code for Helium10. And when you use that discount code, you're going to get the best deal anywhere for Helium10. So with the X-ray tool, you can see that this product here is making over $1 million per month on Amazon. But you do not want to sell this exact product. You want to find and create your own custom products. That is how you're going to get a market edge on Amazon. You don't want to be one of those Chinese copycats that gets deplatformed for copying someone else's listing. No. But this type of product is clearly something that customers want. And the key to making money on Amazon is to understand that Amazon is a search engine. People go to Amazon to search for things they want to buy. Obviously, the search terms that people type into Amazon are called keywords. And you can use the magnet tool in Helium10 to understand how popular certain keywords are. So if I type in golf tee, the Helium10 tool could show me how many times. Is it 100? Is it 1,000? Is it 10,000 times per day or per month that keyword is being typed in? That is going to help you determine what products you want to sell. This is going to let you know how much customer demand there is for your product. More demand equals more opportunity equals more potential to make money. But there is a flip side to that. The most demanded products and keywords are going to have the most competition. So that's something to consider. Do you want to go for something that has 1 million keyword searches per month? Or do you want to go for something that has maybe 10,000 keyword searches per month, but there's less competition? That's something to keep in mind when deciding what product you want to create. When I started selling Bogeys and Beers, my golf tee-based drinking game on Amazon, I saw that over 3,000 people were searching for golf novelty products on Amazon every single month. That is 3,000 potential customers before the product even existed. And for those of you who are golf fans, the competition products were golf card games. I'm sorry, but I just do not want to play a golf card game out on the course. But picking a golf tee and seeing jokes and challenges and drinking actions, have a laugh, have a quick drink, take the edge off, and then hit your tee shot. That was what I wanted. And so that I used the golf card games as my baseline, and I saw they were selling 500, 1,000 units a month. I was like, surely I can beat this, surely. And what I recommend when you are using the magnet search tool is to look at the Magnet IQ score. This is a score of how good of an opportunity Helium10 thinks your product is. Or you can go through the keywords one by one and Helium10 will tell you how many people are searching for a given keyword. When you click on it, you can see what products are being sold for that keyword. This can help inspire your very own idea. And if people are buying one product, think about how you can make your own unique twist to create your very own passion product that's different from the competition. That way, even more people will love it and your product is no longer a commodity. The issue that a lot of people run into white labeling or selling generic products on Amazon is their product looks just like everyone else's product and there's no key differentiators. Then it's a race to the bottom with price and the lowest price is going to sell. What you want to do is create a premium product with a distinct brand and get people to want your specific product, and that way they're going to pay a premium over the commodity price. For example, with Bogeys and Beers is a funny saying. It's got a nice logo to it. It brings together a community of people who are weekend golfers, who are not trying to make the PGA Tour, but are trying to have a laugh and have a good time out on the golf course. So a regular hat or golf hat on Amazon is going to fetch $15 to $20. But because people think the hat's funny, they like the brand, the quality of hat is good once people get it. They're going to give it great reviews. They're going to tell their friends. And then the movement is just going to grow. And that is how you really make money on Amazon, is in that premium above the commoditized price. so you don't get lost in the shuffle. But outside of Helium-10, there is another cool thing that Amazon does to help you find your product. And it is something that most new sellers have no idea about. Amazon actually tells you the most popularly searched items. All you do is start typing a word in the search bar. Let's start with the letter A. And as you can see, AirPods is at the top of the keyword search term. That means it's most likely to be what shoppers are searching for when they type the letter A. But if I type in B, bogeys and beers, Bluetooth speakers are the most popularly searched item. Then bathing suits, baby wipes, and so on. But the secret here is to add a letter. For example, for BE, you're going to see terms like beach towel, beach bag, or berberine. Travis, the Amazon expert, used this technique to find his new product. He saw that shoppers wanted berberine. And to guarantee that shoppers wanted his new product, Travis combined this search technique with putting the right terms into Helium-10 and saw that people were already searching for the product berberine tea, so he created it. Travis was the first to market with berberine tea, and it sold like hotcakes. And that is the biggest product research secret. Customers are searching for products and keywords on Amazon, but there is no product there for it. Just create it. And then boom, money, 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 money. You've got a huge potential to have a successful product on Amazon. Now let me show you another way to find your Amazon FBA product using Helium-10. And again, as I mentioned, there's a discount code for Helium-10 down below in the description. But this tool I'm going to show you is a very powerful tool. It is called the Black Box. So this Black Box tool is different, and it's great because it will show you products that are high in demand but have low product competition. So maybe they don't have very many reviews, or there's just not that many competitive ASINs in that product category. So you can use the Black Box tool to find products that can inspire you and help you come up with some amazing new products, or products that fit into a very specific niche. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a product on Amazon that you can at least charge $15. It's almost impossible to make money on Amazon if you're selling a product that is less than $15 unless you're selling 10,000 or 50,000. That is because Amazon charges a lot of different fees. The Amazon FBA pick and pack fee that they charge to pick, pack, and ship your items to the customers. And then there's the Amazon seller fee, which is 15% of every product just to sell it on Amazon. That's like an Amazon tariff. Then there's the manufacturing cost that you have to pay, plus the shipping costs from your manufacturer to the Amazon FBA warehouse. You're also going to want to sell a product for less than $85. Because if you're selling a product for more than $85, it's going to be hard to convince people to buy on an impulse. And you're trying to get people to buy on an impulse. Remember, you're a new Amazon seller. You do not have hundreds or thousands of reviews and stores that people can go to and a bunch of credibility in magazines and newspapers. You need to build that up over time, and the best way to do that is to sell things between $15 and $85 so customers can buy it initially on impulse. When someone is buying something for more than $85, they research and they spend time making sure they're buying the right thing. So your sweet spot for finding a product to sell on Amazon is again between $15 and $85. Another rule I try to follow when selling products on Amazon is to sell products that weigh less than 1 pound. Otherwise, you're going to pay a premium for shipping that product beyond a standard weight. If your product weighs over 1 pound, you're going to have to pay more money for Amazon when they're charging that pick and pack fee. And because we're selling our Amazon passion products to make money, we want to make sure that we're limiting those costs as much as possible. If you have to have a product that weighs more than 1 pound, just be aware that your product costs are going to be a little bit higher, because the way that Amazon FBA works is you're able to sell products directly on Amazon's website, and that part is great. The other thing you're going to need to choose when using Helium-10 Black Box is the category you want to sell in. I limit this to about about 3 or 4 different product categories. And not all categories are created equal. Pet supplies, for instance, is a great option because pets are the new kids for a lot of people, and people are willing to spend big money on their pets. Other categories that do really well are kitchen and dining, home and kitchen, bed and bath and beyond, health and household, beauty and personal care, and baby products are also great categories that make a lot of money. So by now we've chosen the categories that we like, we've chosen the weight and price parameters, and now what's so powerful about Blackbox as a research tool specifically is that when I search, Blackbox finds products on Amazon that fit my exact criteria. And now you just need to go through your search results here and find out which products are making a high amount of monthly revenue. So pick a category and find a product just to get an idea and familiarize yourself with the Blackbox tool. And the key jumping off point here is to see how the product can be improved. How can you make it unique? Could you launch a product like these dog sweaters here, but with actual patterns on the back? Because these suckers here are making over $12,000 a month with no patterns on the back. Could you source maybe more premium material and create a more premium product with your own sweaters? Because a strong brand really helps a product sell, especially in this environment of social media pressure. It's gotta look great too. People buy based on the pictures and your images. 95% of people are not reading your description if it's a product that's, say, less than $50. They are looking at your pictures and they are deciding whether to buy or not. Your pictures have to look premium, and then when customers get their product, then it actually has to feel and be premium as well. Because poor customer reviews are going to cause your sales to nosedive, which is actually a great opportunity for you when looking at other products. A great way to figure out how to improve a listing is to go to a similar product, look at the 1, 2, and 3-star reviews and see what people find wrong with that product on Amazon, and then make improvements that are being requested in those 1, 2, and 3-star reviews to your own product, and you're likely to get happy customers. The Blackbox tool is going to help inspire you to find those products that you're going to want to sell on Amazon. My product, Bogies and Beers, is selling in the sports and outdoors category, and not just because I'm selling a golf game, because it could have ended up in toys and games, but I made sure to pick the category with the most similar competitors in keyword searches that would enable me to make the most sales possible within my categories. So you found the perfect product to sell, and now you know there's a hungry audience. Now you need to set up your Amazon Seller account. This account gives you access to Amazon Seller Central and the ability to sell your products to the entire Amazon marketplace of over 310 million Amazon customers. And even better, over 56% of buyers on the internet start looking for their products on Amazon. Your Amazon Seller Central account is easy to set up and it only takes a few minutes. But pay attention here because you do need to add all your details in correctly or Amazon can ban your account before you even start selling. I am going to show you how to set up your Amazon Seller account in the next 5 minutes. And to prove it to you, let's start the timer right now. The first step to setting up your seller account is to go to sell.amazon.com and click sign up. Now, as a warning, there are 2 different Amazon seller accounts, so be sure you select the correct one. The first Amazon seller account is the Amazon Seller Professional account. This costs $39.99 per month, but there is actually a free Amazon seller account. All you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of the page and you'll see a link to sign up to be an individual seller. But there is a catch. They do charge 99 cents per unit sold on the website. So if you're going to sell more than 40 units per month, you're going to want to get an Amazon professional seller account. So if you're ready to start selling immediately, I recommend using the Amazon professional seller account. But the most important thing is you have to sign up for your Amazon seller account before you can begin your journey. The first thing you're going to do is select your business location. Let's say you live in the United States, but if you're not located in the US, you can still sell on Amazon here in the United States. But you'll need a business entity like an LLC or a DBA, which is the next question that Amazon asks you to select your business entity type. For most people who are just starting, you'll select privately owned business. This means that you've set up an LLC or a DBA for your business. If you're in the US and you want to set up an LLC, which is a limited liability company, you can do it for around $200 from wyregisteragent.net. You can also use LegalZoom. And I recommend getting an LLC for your business. An LLC protects your personal assets if someone goes after your business. If you have a DBA, and someone sues your business, they can go after your personal assets. But if your product is low risk, like you're selling hats or something with very little risk of being sued, you can set up a DBA for around $99 from LegalZoom. DBA stands for Doing Business As, and it represents the business name that you're gonna do business under for tax purposes. It's also great for marketing and branding to have a business name. If you're outside of the US, you can create a US-based LLC. But if you're based in the US and you don't have an LLC or a DBA legally set up, you can select I am an individual and you can proceed. When I started Bogies and Beers, I initially got a DBA for around $50. And then I decided, because my product is related to beers and mentions beers and I did not want to get sued, I got the LLC for around $150 at the time from LegalZoom. So select your business type and put in the name of your business. From here, confirm everything is correct and click Continue. At this point, you will put in some additional business information like your business registration number, which is your EIN number. You can get this by going to the IRS website and filling out a quick form. You can get a tax ID completely for free. And there's a link to that in the description below. From there, you're going to put in your business address and some additional information about yourself. After that, Amazon will ask you for proof of your identity, either with a driver's license or a passport, a social security number, or some other valid form of government ID. Don't worry if you're outside of the US. Travis, in his Amazon Passion Product Formula, has students from all over the world, and they all are able to provide documents and use their business that they register in the US from abroad to sell on Amazon. After that, you're going to select the name of your bank as well as your routing number and your bank account number. This is how Amazon is going to pay you. Here, you will enter your credit card information. Now, big warning, a big mistake that many sellers make is they put in their debit card instead of their credit card. If you use a debit card instead of a credit card, there's a chance Amazon will flag you and could ban your account. Amazon wants you to use a credit card so they can trust there is always a channel to charge you for your account fees and your Amazon seller fees. After this, you need to put in what you want the name of your store to be. You can put whatever you want here, but I recommend using the same name you want for your business. And you can always change your store name in the future. It just takes a couple clicks to edit it, and so that is not really a big deal. Amazon will then ask you if you have UPC codes for your product. UPC code stands for Universal Product Code. They are the barcodes that get scanned at Target or grocery stores. If you're selling someone else's products and they already have a UPC code, you will click that you already have UPC codes for your products. And because I was selling my own product, I needed brand new UPC codes. To get your own UPC codes, Go to gs1.org and you can get them for about $30 each. Then Amazon will ask you if you have any diversity certification. You may have this certification if you're a minority owner, woman, a veteran, or LGBTQ. Amazon has a list of requirements for this certification. But Amazon does this because sometimes they will highlight minority-owned businesses. The last question is, do you own the brand that you are going to be selling? And you will click on yes, and then you will click next. And now we are on to the final step. The last step is to upload photos of your passport and proof of residence. And after that, Amazon may require a video call to verify your identity. One big recommendation I have for you is to do this step early because you have to be patient. This could take 1 day, this could take 3 weeks. So make sure you sign up for this account well ahead of when you want to be selling on Amazon. Once you're done with that, you will officially have your own Amazon seller account. This is exactly how I set up my business when I started Bogies and Beers. And now I've made over $30,000 selling on Amazon. And setting up my account took only around 5 minutes. Your account is being reviewed, and if you followed all of those steps, you're gonna be approved in no time. Your next step is to find the right manufacturing partner for your product. Now, there are definitely some pitfalls when it comes to manufacturing and inventory and even marketing your product. I made a massive mistake that cost me over $10,000. So keep focused through these steps so you don't make my mistakes that cost you thousands of dollars as well. I am going to show you exactly how to find a manufacturer for your Amazon FBA product in just 5 minutes. I used one of these methods to find a manufacturer for my very own product, Bogies and Beers. And I am going to show you just how easy it is. So let's start the timer. There are 3 main ways that you can find a manufacturer for your Amazon product. And I'm gonna throw in a bonus 4th for you as well. And the 4th one is the easiest way in the world. It's actually one of the only ways that no one is talking about. Alibaba is the #1 way to source products overseas. It's a marketplace that connects buyers with manufacturers from all over the world, mainly China, but also India, Vietnam, Southeast Asia manufacturers. You can find all of them. They can make anything you could possibly imagine overseas. And to show you how it all works and how easy it is to find a manufacturer for your own product, I'm going to show you how I found a manufacturer for my golf tee-based drinking game, Bogies and Beers. And we're gonna do that right now. The first thing that you're gonna do is type in what you're looking for in the search bar on Alibaba.com. Just like if you were on Amazon, if you're looking for golf tees, type in golf tees in the search bar. For this example, we're gonna type in golf tee. You can use Alibaba to find almost any product overseas, but the one thing I will not recommend using Alibaba for is consumable products. If your product is gonna be eaten, drunk, or consumed in any way, I highly recommend finding a US-based manufacturer that's gonna have the certifications and credibility to be able to be a product that you can stand behind. And in the next 2 options, I'm gonna show you how to do exactly that. Once you've typed in your product and clicked search, you need to make some quick selections on the page. The first is trade assurance on Alibaba.com. This means if anything goes wrong during your transaction, Alibaba will back up and guarantee your money if there's any issues. You're also going to want to check the verified manufacturer button, and this means that Alibaba has sent a representative out to the manufacturer and made sure that they actually have a factory and are a legit organization and not one of these third-party companies that says they're a manufacturer and then buys these items off the back of a truck. You don't want that. So make sure you use a verified supplier. Then once you've filtered for verified suppliers and manufacturers that offer trade assurance, there are still going to be a few things of note that you're going to want to know when you're filtering further to select your manufacturers and suppliers. The first thing you're going to want to consider is how long has this person been in business? If they've been in business for less than a year, that's going to be a red flag. You're looking for someone with 5 and even 10 plus years of manufacturing experience and longevity. That's what I looked for to feel confident in my supplier. The next thing you're going to want to look for is their reviews. They should be somewhere in the 4 to 5 star range, and that's going to signal that this is a good manufacturer that can be trusted, that usually communicates well, and their product is what they say it's going to be. But it is important to note that newer manufacturers are going to be more likely to offer better deals and lower minimum order quantities, or MOQs. So that's something that you're going to want to balance when you're considering who to use for your supplier. As you can see, this supplier has been in business for 4 years and has 4.9 star reviews. So this is a very legit looking supplier. This is great. Once you've narrowed down your list of suppliers, you're going to want to contact these manufacturers individually with the specifications and the details that are custom that you're going to need to make your product to ensure they have the capabilities. Let's say you found a manufacturer for a blank product that you want customized. When I was manufacturing my Bogies and Beers golf tees, I needed a custom message on each of the individual tees. So there are a lot of golf tee manufacturers on Alibaba, but how many of them could put 26 character messages in green ink with a specific yellow tee on each of my 18 different tees, and how many had the capabilities? It was probably less than 15% of the suppliers I reached out to had the capabilities to actually make those tees. You're also going to want to ask about lead time, minimum order quantity, and do they allow samples, and how much do those samples cost? So manufacturer lead time is from the time it takes from when you pay them until when the product is complete. So that will help you understand in your launch timeline how much time you need to bake in for the product to be made. MOQ is minimum order quantity. And then as far as the samples go, you want to make sure you understand, do they offer custom samples? And what is the price of those samples? And typically, the more you order, the least expensive per unit the product is going to be. Now that we've finished talking about Alibaba, the number 2 way that you can source a manufacturer, especially if you're looking to use a manufacturer in the United States, is going to be thomasnet.com. And when you go to thomasnet.com, it is going to look very similar to Alibaba. Simply type the name of the product you are looking to source, and you are going to get a list of suppliers. So to be consistent here, let's type in golf tee. And in this case, there are 61 suppliers here. And what you're going to notice is the cost is going to be a lot higher than if you're using a Chinese or overseas supplier. So that's something you're just going to have to take into consideration, that there is typically a premium to using made in America materials. All these manufacturers on thomasnet.com are in the US. So again, if you're making a consumable product, I highly recommend using thomasnet.com to find an American manufacturer. Anything you might eat or drink, that's going to be a consumable. Now, many of these manufacturers are likely to be a great match, so pay attention while you scroll through all of them. On Thomasnet and Alibaba, as you search through the suppliers on your list, you should create a spreadsheet to keep track of who you contacted, who the supplier is, the amount of time they've been in business, their minimum order quantity, their sample price, their lead time, so that you can compare these swiftly. Now that we've talked about Alibaba and Thomasnet, the third way to find your manufacturer is simply using Google. You're going to type in any product that you're looking for on Google, space manufacturer, and a list of potential suppliers are going to come up for you. You can go to their website, do a little bit of research on them, and see if they're a good fit. If they are, then you can contact them easily and add them to your spreadsheet. Now, this is the bonus 4th way we told you about at the end. The last and most powerful way to find a manufacturer is this spreadsheet right here. And this is a spreadsheet of every manufacturer Travis has ever worked with, so you know they're reliable, trustworthy, legit suppliers, you are going to be offered access to this spreadsheet as a part of the Amazon FBA program that Travis has that I mentioned before. You cannot forget to list your product on the Amazon Marketplace. Make sure to spread the word, because the more sales you get on day one, the more Amazon is going to organically show your product to other people, and your ranking will slowly start to build on itself. And then the success starts snowballing from there, and you're rolling on a money ball downhill to your victory. The key to getting great sales on Amazon is to have an amazing product listing. The product listing is so important because Amazon customers cannot actually pick up, hold, touch your product. So they can only rely on the Amazon listing when they're deciding whether they're gonna buy. The photos, the title, the price, the bullet points, that's really all they have to go off of. So it's super important that all of these grab your customer's attention. Depending on your product, you might want to capitalize on those late night folks too. You know who I'm talking about, the 2 a.m. purchasers. If you have great pictures, that's sometimes all it takes. I'm gonna show you how to list your product on Amazon in just 5 minutes. And to prove it to you, let's start the timer. The first step is to go to sell.amazon.com. Log into your seller account, and then we're going to click on the 3 lines right here. And then we're going to go to catalog and click on add product. If you're looking to sell a product that already has a listing on Amazon, you're going to search for that product. However, I do not recommend this. I recommend you create your own passion product using Travis's passion product formula, because it gives you a competitive edge when you're creating your own product that no one can compete with directly. You can actually create a premium product and sell it for a premium price, so you're not in a price war for some generic product that anybody can buy off Alibaba. Click on blank form within the product listing to get started. The very first thing Amazon needs to know when you create a new listing is, what is your item? This is going to be the title of your listing. But it's important you remember that Amazon is just a search engine. When customers are searching for a product, they want to buy it on Amazon. First, they're going to type in words into the Amazon search bar, and they're really hoping that Amazon is going to give them the perfect results. Make sure your product is that, and you're going to get a ton of sales. And what the customers are typing into the Amazon search bar, those are called keywords. If you know what people are typing into the Amazon search bar to find your product, add those keywords to your product listing, and you're going to get a lot more searches, which is going to result in a lot more sales. You can use search tools like Helium 10 that tells you exactly how many people are searching for each keyword term on Amazon. For example, Travis used the magnet tool within Helium 10 to help him identify how many people were searching for keywords related to his products before he launched them. Then he put those keywords in the title and description of his listing in order to boost organic traffic that led to greater sales. And when I launched Bogeys and Beers, my golf tee-based drinking game, I found that people were searching for terms like golf novelty product, golf gift for husband, and I thought I had a great idea to fill that niche. So I made sure to incorporate those keywords in my title and in my product description to boost organic traffic, leading to greater sales. More on that in just a minute. And the final title for Bogeys and Beers was Bogeys and Beers, Golf Tees with a Twist, Play While You Golf, Fun, Interactive, on-course golf tee-based drinking game. Perfect golf gift, bachelor party novelty. So when anyone was searching for these keyword terms, I was coming up. Next up, you're going to select a category for your product, and Amazon will suggest a category for it. It's a great idea to look at your main competitor's product to see if your category is the same. In most cases, you want your category to be the same as your competitors so that when people are searching for your competitor's product, your product is showing up too. For Travis, with his berberine tea, Travis selected grocery and gourmet food as his main category. Underneath that, there was a subcategory of beverages and then a series of subcategories underneath that leading to herbal teas. And that was the totality of the listing categories that Travis used when launching his berberine tea. And for my Bogies and Beers golf tea-based drinking game, the main category was sports and outdoors, and then after a series of subcategories, the final category is golf tees. Next, Amazon will ask you if you have any product variations. This could be different colors, different sizes, things like that. For my product, Bogies and Beers, we did not have any. After that, you're going to put in the brand name. People are going to see this brand name on your product listing. For Bogies and Beers, my brand name is 19th Hole Golf. And next up is the external product ID. Most people are going to select UPC. Once you've filled out this information, just click Next. And now we're up to one of the most important parts of your product listing: setting up your bullet points, your description, and setting up your photos. First, you're going to add up to 5 bullet points. Make sure to also use the keywords you found from determining what search terms people are using when they're finding your product, either using Helium-10 or Google, or just understanding what keywords turn up for your competitors' products. These are what my bullet points are. I made sure to include the different keywords that I know that people are going to be searching for on Amazon. It was important to include terms like golf jokes, challenges, and drinking actions. Now that one is a little controversial. If you do put drinking actions on your product, there is a chance it can get shadow banned for promoting alcohol use. So be careful if you're going to do something like that. Happened to me, and my product was shadow banned for a brief period of time. And now we're up to one of the most important parts of your product listing. This is the very first thing people see when they search for your product on Amazon. So it's crucial that your packaging and your photo really stand out. If people don't click on your listing, they aren't even going to see your description, your secondary photos, or your bullet points. They will see nothing if they do not click on your main image photo. Amazon gives you the ability to list a multitude of photos, and it's important you list as many photos as possible to give your customers the biggest breadth of understanding of what your product is and how they can use it to improve their life. If you need help creating things like your images, your bullet points, and your title, use FBA creatives. They can help create your Amazon listing as well as your package and your logo design. They can create an entire listing and do keyword research for you. You're also going to want to add a product description. This is going to be the same idea as the title and the bullet points. You're going to want to pack it full of keywords to boost organic search results, which is going to boost your sales. Make sure the keywords you include showcase the benefits and features of using your product. And the last step is to set up some final details for your product listing. We're going to fill out who our manufacturer is, and you can make the manufacturer anyone you want. I would recommend using your own brand as the manufacturer. Then we're going to put the number of items that we have. For instance, for Bogies and Beers, you're going to get 1 game box when you purchase Bogies and Beers. I would list my quantity for the product listing as 1. That is how many units of the product your customer is going to receive. This details form changes based upon the product that you're selling. But for anything consumable, for example, you are going to fill out any special ingredients within your product and add in what temperature your product needs to be stored at, as well as adding if it's heat rate sensitive. After this section, you're going to need to add pricing information. I always recommend selling for at least 3 times your manufacturing cost. This is because Amazon takes fees when they pick, pack, and ship your product, in addition to a 15% fee for just listing your product on the Amazon website. If you don't sell your product for at least 3 times your manufactured cost, you're gonna find it very difficult to make money on Amazon. And again, with the passion products, we're trying to create our own products that are premium products, so it's not a commodity. People are buying it because they want your brand. If you do it right, you should be able to charge more. And for the last part, we're gonna select the condition of the product, and we're gonna select new. The next step is to decide whether you're gonna list your product as FBA, which means fulfilled by Amazon, or FBM, fulfilled by merchant. If you do fulfilled by merchant, then every time an order comes in, you have to pick, pack, and ship that item yourself. If you use FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that item for you. The last important thing is to add your search terms to the back end. Then once that's done, click on Save and Finish. Kaboom! You now have an Amazon product listing that has been created on Amazon. As soon as you ship your products to Amazon, you are ready to go. Now remember, this was just a quick overview. There is so much to learn about building the best Amazon FBA listing to guarantee that your product gets boosted through the search results, which helps you get more sales. One great way to ensure you have a great listing when you're launching your Amazon product is to join a course. Travis has an Amazon FBA Passion Product Formula course where he teaches you from A to Z every step in the process of coming up with your idea, creating all the way to launching your product on Amazon. This is excellent because he has coaches in there who have sold hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of product on Amazon. They also have Q&A sessions every single week. I think this is an excellent course, and I personally signed up for it. But again, if you aren't ready for that yet, Travis has a 100% free 10-hour course for how to create your own passion product. The link is in the description below. The next step in your Amazon FBA journey is to get your product shipped from the manufacturer. When I was shipping bogeys and beers, there was a lot to keep track of. This is because I partnered with multiple manufacturers for each separate component of my product. But if you pay attention to these fine details that I'm about to go over, you're gonna have a much easier time than I did. Your first step is gonna be to go to sell.amazon.com and click Login. After that, step 2 is to click on the Manage Inventory tab and scroll down till you find the product that you wanna send into the warehouse. Then you're gonna click on that little drop down next to the edit button, and you're gonna select Send and Replenish Inventory. But pay attention very closely because this is where a lot of sellers make a huge mistake. Make sure to smash that like button because I'm gonna show you right now how to avoid this huge mistake that a lot of Amazon sellers make who are new to the game. Make sure to select the correct ship from address, because if you do not select this properly, it could cause a lot of issues, like shipping your product further away than it needs to go, costing you time and money. If this address is not correct, you can click here to change it. If you're shipping from the manufacturer's address, make sure to put the manufacturer's address in the ship from address category. The next step is to look at the marketplace destination of where Amazon would like you to ship that product. Now for bogeys and beers, my product, I'm selling exclusively in the US market, so I'm gonna select United States. The next step is going to be to create a new case pack template and give it a name. This is gonna describe the dimensions of your packaging that your product is gonna be shipped in and the quantity, how many individual units are going to ship in each case. But pay attention here because Amazon has some specific requirements for how your product gets shipped into the Amazon warehouse. For the box that ships your individual units to Amazon, no side can be longer than 25 inches long. And the box itself cannot weigh over 50 pounds. And when we're talking about cases here, we're just talking about a box that you ship to Amazon that contains multiple units. My case holds 100 units and it weighs about 25 pounds for 100 hats. Another important thing to note is you cannot have more than 150 units per case. If any part of this tutorial is confusing, leave a comment down below and we'll answer all your questions. Now there are still a couple more steps, but remember this is just an overview. Travis offers a much more in-depth FBA course with over 100 step-by-step tutorials that can teach you every step in the process, not just an overview. So if you want more information, click on the link below. So obviously, if you're shipping directly from your manufacturer to the FBA warehouse, you're gonna put the manufacturer's address as the ship from address. The next step for most products is going to be to check the no extra prep needed button, but that could vary depending on what you're shipping. Like baby products, adult items, and fragile liquids may require extra prep. So be sure to check if your product requires this. For bogeys and beers, I have two main products. A golf tee-based drinking game. That product does not require any extra packaging, but these hats, they do require a poly plastic bag to be on each individual hat. One of the most important things you need to understand when shipping your products into the Amazon warehouse is understanding the different labels. The first label you need to know about is called your FNSKU label. This stands for Fulfillment Network Stock Keeping Unit. It's a barcode that goes on each individual unit that you sell on Amazon. You can print out stickers and put them on every unit you're going to be selling on Amazon. My recommendation is to have your manufacturer print out those labels for you. It's going to save you a lot of time and energy and headache. If you have a product like bogeys and beers, you can actually put the FNSKU, you can print it directly on the box or the packaging. If you don't have your manufacturer do it or do it yourself, Amazon will do it for you, but they're gonna charge you 50 cents a unit to do this, and that is a big waste of money. So I highly recommend that you have your manufacturer do this for you. The next step is we got to tell Amazon how many boxes or cases we're sending in. Then all we're going to do is click confirm and continue. The next step is to set your shipping parameters. So first we're going to select a ship date. Amazon is going to give you two delivery options: small parcel delivery or LTL, which stands for less than truckload. Small parcel shipping is using a company like UPS or FedEx, the post office, DHL, a company like that. You can either drop off your packages at a UPS store or schedule a time for UPS to come and pick them up. However, if you're a big baller and you're sending in a pallet or more of material to Amazon, you're going to want to select less than truckload. In that case, Amazon will either send a truck to your house or to your manufacturer to pick up the pallets and deliver them directly to the Amazon warehouse. When I first launched on Amazon with my very first product, Bogeys and Beers, the golf tee-based drinking game, I used small parcel delivery. Amazon actually has amazing deals with shipping companies like UPS, and you're gonna get a much better deal than you would if you were to try and ship it on your own. So we're gonna click accept charges and confirm shipping. The next step is gonna be printing out these shipping labels that you're gonna put on the outside of your cases. And make sure to pay attention here because there are actually two separate labels that you're gonna have to be aware of. The first is the UPS shipping label for UPS to scan and track your package. The second one is the Amazon FBA ID box label. This is so Amazon can track your package in their warehouse. Double check the ship from and ship to address as well as your package weight and dimensions. Once you confirm all of those details, print out the shipping and FBA ID labels and attach them to your box. It is very important to make sure that when you attach your labels to your box, that they are clear and not covered by any tape or other debris that might prevent either UPS or Amazon FBA from scanning in your package. After that, if you selected small partial delivery, you can simply drop those boxes off at the UPS store and you should be good to go. Once you drop your package off, you can actually track your Amazon package. Now, to track the status, you're going to click these 3 lines. Then you're going to click on inventory and then click on shipments. Here you can see a list of all the shipments you've sent in. If you want to see the details of your shipment, you can simply click track shipment within the shipments tab. There you have it. Now you know how to send your Amazon FBA inventory into the warehouse. Your product is on its way to the Amazon FBA warehouse. I can still remember the first time Bogies and Beers arrived at my doorstep. It felt like Christmas morning. It was an unforgettable moment. Now this is an overview for all the steps for selling on Amazon. And I'm gonna give you a free gift at the end of this tutorial for following along. And I think that you know by now that selling your own product on Amazon can be life-changing. But if you're not careful, there are a lot of pitfalls every step of the way. Lucky for you, I've already made all these massive mistakes so that you don't have to. These are my top mistakes that I made when launching Bogies and Beers. My first big mistake was my trademark, and that cost me over $2,400. I applied for a trademark myself and got conditional approval, but I was asked for additional information and I was unable to do so because I did not have the technical expertise to respond. So I quickly needed to find and hire a low-cost attorney. But then she made some mistakes, and the process ended up taking a long time and cost me a lot of money, and she was unable to get the trademark approved. She actually wasn't even a licensed attorney, it turns out. And if I had done better research and used referrals, this never would have happened. You can apply for a trademark yourself. Travis goes over trademarks in his Amazon FBA course, The Passion Product Formula. Now, my second mistake was hiring a Kickstarter marketing guru. This was a terrible decision. He had a podcast, I won't name names, but that led me to believe he was competent. The issue is competence in a podcast does not necessarily lead to competence in creating a Kickstarter marketing campaign. 95% of my sales came from my Facebook launch group that I created with friends and family who were interested in my product, and I was able to create a loyal following that way. Spending $3,000 on a new product is unnecessary, and I would definitely not do it again, especially with someone who cannot produce results. The biggest mistake was marketing, and this mistake cost me over $10,000. I did not realize Amazon PPC would be inaccessible for me for selling the golf tee-based games, and I did not spend enough time building a following on social media to promote the game and drive traffic to Amazon organically on my own. Therefore, sales of the game all but died. If I had spent more time building a tribe in the beginning and utilizing social media properly, I could have made thousands of dollars driving traffic to the Amazon listing for the game without needing Amazon PPC. Now you know the major steps to finding your product, getting it made, and then listing it on Amazon, as well as some major mistakes that you need to avoid. Now I want to share an incredible opportunity with you because I built my massive passive income business on Amazon. And I know that if you follow these steps, you can too. And you can start your journey the very same way that I did. There is a YouTuber who's an Amazon expert. His name is Travis. He's a 7-figure Amazon seller. And in addition to free YouTube videos, he has a Passion Product Formula course that you can join as well. In this class included are 2 one-on-one coaching sessions. The most valuable part to me was the live weekly Q&A where each step of your journey, you can ask a coach in his program who has had success selling on Amazon any questions for any part of the process that you're getting stuck on. So you're getting live feedback from an expert seller on Amazon, in addition to over 100 step-by-step tutorials. It's an amazing class. I was a part of it, and I found a ton of value in it. And I can say with certainty that I would not have been as successful on Amazon had I not joined the course. It was incredibly helpful for me. There's a link down below in the description to join. But I promised you a free gift. So if you aren't ready for the Amazon FBA Passion Product Formula course yet, Travis has a free 10-hour YouTube video that you can get by clicking right here.